Hello, welcome to our PebbleGo 101 session. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Carrie Reaney. I'm a customer success specialist at Capstone, and I'm also a former school librarian and middle school teacher. If you're new to Capstone, we are a content creation company that strives to help kids succeed by making learning fun. The states you see here on your screen provide access to some of the modules we're going to look at today. If you see your home state, you may want to contact your local Capstone sales representative to learn more. You can find your representative by checking out the URL here or scanning the QR code. And we would love to invite you to some of our other live sessions. To learn more about what sessions are offered, visit www.pebblegocom.com/live sessions. In our session today, you're going to learn about the features of PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next and how they can help you teach your standards. I'll do a short demo so that you'll feel confident using these tools when you're back at school. I'll show you where you can access free lesson plans and activities, promotional materials, and other resources. And finally, I'll give you examples of how others have used these tools in their own classrooms. And you'll even receive lots of free templates so that you can implement these activities with your students immediately. I'm excited to share how PebbleGo can provide you with instant access to thousands of K-5 nonfiction articles. PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next are safe, vetted research hubs for your students. You'll find they are packed with informational text, ready-made activities, and literacy support for students of all abilities. They'll boost engagement and foster independent learning in your core subject areas. And the best part is we've worked to provide you and your students direct access within your learning tools. You can sign into your PebbleGo account in a few different ways, depending on the tools your school has integrated with. Districts that have integrated PebbleGo with Clever can access PebbleGo right from their Clever portal. Schools that have linked PebbleGo with Google can use their Sign In with Google button on the sign-in page at login.pebblegO.com. And no matter which tools you use, the username and password login access is available here also at login.pebblegO.com, or you can use the direct link provided for your school. Once you log in, you'll be taken to a homepage that displays all of your products. Now, your screen may look different than mine. It will depend on the method you use to log in and the products your school or district have purchased. Here you see all of the PebbleGo suite. Your homepage may only include a few of these products. If your school does not own the whole PebbleGo suite and you're interested in purchasing more, your local sales rep will be able to assist you with pricing information and determining what is the best fit for you. For our demo today, we're going to look at PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next. PebbleGo provides access to informational articles for students in grades K through 2. As you see, users have access to 5 modules:
animals, biographies, health, social studies, science.
The hover sounds provide reading support, but can be turned off here in your settings menu. Students can begin their PebbleGo journey in English by clicking directly into a module, or they can click the Espanol button to view the articles in Spanish. To go back to the English translation, I can click here again. As we click into the Animals module, you'll see that the categories start off broad, but as we click into a specific category, the subjects narrow down to more specific topics. In the menu option here on the right, you'll see a copy link button. This button copies the authenticated link to this specific category of amphibians. And now I can paste that link into my EdTech tool like Google Classroom, Seesaw, Schoology, and my students will be able to click the link and be taken straight to this category without having to log in. So for example, if I want to provide a digital text set, I can share this direct link to the subcategory of amphibians to a small group of students and have them choose an article to read and share what they've learned with their group members. Notice that the copy link button is available at each level as I drill down. Each PebbleGo article includes consistent 5-tab navigation, making it simple to use for even the youngest learners. The Read More tab showcases 2 articles that relate to the current topic so that students can extend their learning. Each article includes natural voice audio that helps students in fluency, word recognition, or even pronunciation.
Newts are amphibians.
Keywords in blue direct students to a glossary definition. Within every PebbleGo article, students can toggle to the Spanish translation just by clicking this button here. And even these translations include the natural voice audio.
Las salamandras son anfibios.
All PebbleGo articles include additional resources at the bottom of the page. Students can copy the citation and paste that citation into their project, like Google Slide, Word document, or any tool they're using to share their research. The full article or a single page of the article can be printed as needed. And each article includes an activity that can be done in class or at home, which is a great way to get families involved in their child's learning. These will differ depending on the module, but in this case, you see a labeling activity and a share what you know activity. These make an ideal template for a student's first report. Students can draw a picture of their topic, write their favorite thing about a newt, and list important facts that they've learned. This is an excellent way to start students practicing the important skill of taking notes in their own words. A short video accompanies most articles, giving another great visual to increase student engagement. The Animals module includes a range map, allowing students to see where the animals live. This is useful to incorporate geography into your lesson. You can talk about how to read the map, or maybe remove the labels here and practice identifying continents or oceans. The new project button here is for those of you who have subscribed to PebbleGo Create. Please visit our PebbleGo Create 101 session to learn more. But PebbleGo has a breadcrumb trail here at the top so that students can work their way back to the home page and helps keep frustration levels low. So let's take a look to see what topics are covered in the other modules. First, I can always search for a topic in the universal search bar. You'll find this search option across all of the products that we're going to look at today. Students just need to type in the topic they're interested in learning more about, and you'll see titles of PebbleGo articles pop up that they can click on and choose and begin reading. But if we dive into a specific module, like biographies, you'll find articles about famous explorers, scientists and engineers, and other subjects that they may be learning in different content areas. Students will love learning about popular actors and entertainers, athletes, and composers, musicians, and singers. They'll learn about people that they see currently in the news and maybe those from the past. PebbleGo Health includes categories related to expected topics like the human body, nutrition, and healthy habits. Guidance counselors are excited to find that there are categories that they can use when they're working with students, such as feelings and emotions, self-awareness, and relationships and friendships. In science, you'll see articles related to math, which is a great way to bring literacy into this content area. Art teachers are excited to see articles that support their standards. And the technology category contains excellent information about topics that can be difficult to understand, like computer programming. And of course, you'll find categories related to common topics taught in some science classes across grade levels. Here we're looking at Earth and space science, life sciences, and physical sciences. In PebbleGo Social Studies, you'll find articles related to economics, citizenship, and many categories related to geography. Younger grade level teachers are excited to see our category related to different holidays and jobs in the community. If you're introducing students to PebbleGo, a great place to start would be our How Is It Made category. We have an article here, How PebbleGo Articles Are Made. And this briefly reviews our writing process, editing process, and how media and audio are added to our mini articles. If we take a look at the states and territories category, students can read an article about how or what is a state, and then they can venture into a different region to explore. So if I make my way back through my breadcrumb trail to the PebbleGo homepage, I can now click into PebbleGo Next. These articles are perfect for your 3rd through 5th graders or those younger students who are ready for more robust reading passages. If we click into the States module, we can compare the Delaware article we just looked at in PebbleGo with the PebbleGo Next version. You'll notice many similarities and differences. Our PebbleGo Next articles still include the natural voice read aloud.
Delaware may be small, but it's one of the nation's most industrial states.
Every word is clickable for a dictionary definition. And as you can see, articles still have that tab navigation at the top, but students are also able to scroll through the article as well, giving the feel of reading a website. At the bottom here, there are additional citation options for older students, along with various activities depending on the module. In this case, you'll see a state flag that students can color, a map of the state that students can label, and critical thinking questions that can be used as a formative assessment. The states category also has a timeline for an overview of the history of the state. a short video, a song, and a recipe. This could be a fun activity for students to do with their family, or you could use this as a way to connect with other content areas. For example, students can practice converting measurements or practice writing procedural text. Don't forget that the copy link button can be accessed here in the upper right corner, and paste that authenticated link into your other platforms for easy access for students. In PebbleGo Next biographies, you'll see that it's very similar to PebbleGo in that you'll find articles on people from all different backgrounds and accomplishments. Students will find more in-depth biographies about people that they read about in PebbleGo, as well as new subjects to explore. In PebbleGo Next Health, upper grade level students can learn more about careers in health, diseases and conditions, and even mental health. Many of your students may have heard about ADHD, autism, or dyslexia, but they may not understand what these terms mean. The neurodivergence category is a great place for them to learn about these conditions. In Indigenous Peoples History, students can read about tribal sovereignty, U.S. Indigenous nations and policy history, as well as Indigenous peoples today. But they can also jump into a category related to specific Indigenous nations, read about that nation, and then explore some of the different tribes within. In PebbleGo Next Science, students can explore topics related to computer science and technology, earth and space science, life science, physical science, and the field of science, where students can learn more about different jobs within the different fields of science. The PebbleGo Next Science category includes short video experiments that require simple materials students can find at home. You'll also see educational games within each module of PebbleGo, a question of the day, which allows students to read the question, vote, and then see how other users of PebbleGo voted. And this also gives them an opportunity to cite evidence to support their opinion. And finally, in PebbleGo Next Social Studies, students will see a wealth of information. As you probably already have figured out, PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next are great, of course, for your students' research needs. Each module contains great articles that serve as support materials for you as you teach your standards and for your students as they explore new topics. Teachers appreciate having articles that support their curriculum. So for example, in the U.S. history category, we see articles related to many topics in the upper level standards, such as the Civil War and Industrial Revolution, colonization and the Revolutionary War, the World Wars, Great Depression, and westward expansion. Both PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next have a random button here at the top, which is a fun way for students to explore and read for fun. Each click of this button will display an article within whatever module they're in. This gives them exposure to articles they may not have searched for on their own. And teachers can direct early finishers here, or if you have a learning station or center in your classroom, Younger students only have to push this button to learn about something new. If you're looking for even more resources, Capstone provides a link for more educator resources at the bottom of the PebbleGo Next homepage, as well as PebbleGo. Just look for the link to Educator Resources. Here you'll find even more lesson plans and activities. You can choose a module to find simple activities, such as a coloring sheet. These are great for early finishers or a morning activity for your students as you take care of the classroom business, like collecting field trip forms or taking attendance. You'll also find more in-depth lessons that include standards, procedures, and if we scroll to the bottom here, you'll even see printables that you can share with your students. Another important resource will be the content maps. Here, you'll find a list of every article in every module. Items in red show that they are new articles that have been recently released. These content maps make it easy to assign topics for students for a research project. For example, if my students are researching an athlete, I can view the entire list of available articles here, so I don't have to click into each category within a module. And finally, you'll find promotional content resources here that you can share with families or even other teachers in your building. You'll find letters and communication templates, signs, posters, and bookmarks that you can download, and even holiday calendars that can be posted in classrooms to spark spontaneous research. So let's look at ways that educators can use these products in their classrooms or libraries. First, PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next are great for recreational reading. Many teachers use PebbleGo as a classroom center. Sending students to these databases to let them learn more about something that is interesting to them creates curiosity and fosters independent learning. Choice boards are great resources that can be used for front loading, for review, test prep, and of course, research. You can create a choice board for any subject in PebbleGo or PebbleGo Next. Here you see that we have created a Black History Month choice board and an amazing animal choice board. You'll only need to go in and click that copy link button in the settings menu for each category or article, and then insert these links on the choice board images. These particular choice boards were created in PebbleGo Create, a digital workspace for students in grades K through 5. PebbleGo Create is one of the products of the PebbleGo suite. If you subscribe to this product, be on the lookout for a collection of over 50 pre-made choice boards that will be available later this fall. This is an easy and fun project that can be done with students using any module of PebbleGo or PebbleGo Next. Students research a topic and then create 4 statements, 3 truths and 1 lie, and they can share their slides in front of the class, within a small group, or even with a partner, and have their classmates guess the lie. Students will really enjoy this activity, all while giving you a formative assessment. As I mentioned earlier, one of the most popular features of PebbleGo are the lesson plans and activities that we looked at. These are already created for you to use, and they're great resources when you're in a pinch for time or if you need some emergency subplans. This particular lesson that you see here is called Biography Dollars, and the example you see is from the library media specialist, Elizabeth Stroud. The assignment calls for students to nominate an important historical figure for the new $100 bill. Students can research a person in the PebbleGo or PebbleGo Next biographies modules, and then explain why their subject deserves this honor. Remember, to access the lesson plans, you just need to click the Educator Resources link at the bottom of the PebbleGo or PebbleGo Next page. If you aren't following Andy Plemons, you may want to start. He is an inspiring librarian from Barrow Media Center in Georgia. And here he shows on Twitter how his second grade students researched a person and completed a persuasive writing assignment where they tried to prove why their person deserved the Barrow Peace Prize. I love how creative this activity is. And then you also hopefully are following Shannon Miller on Twitter, another well-known librarian. She shared this mystery state project. Students researched a state in PebbleGo Next, created a project sharing the information they learned, and their classmates had to guess the state based on the facts shared. If you would like to access these choice boards that I showed, the activity template, you can click on the link shared in the chat. You'll need to make your own copy so that you can edit and share with your students. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you feel inspired to begin using PebbleGo and PebbleGo Next in your own classrooms. If you have further questions or need more information, please contact a member of our customer success team here at customersuccess@capstonepub.com. Thanks again for joining us today.